This is what I did during the weekend. So I have this API. It is created using nest.js, and I have just one VM um, on some private hosting somewhere, and I wanted to host this API there. And you let me show you what I did, and I would like to also hear suggestions and how you to do it if you are a developer yourself. So I deployed this API using Docker Compose, and also I automated my CI/CD. I do not have CI, but I do have CD for now because I'm not running any tests. I'm not running any unit tests for now. But this is something that I might consider doing in future, just to avoid deployment issues. So for my small space, having just a single VM, I decided to go with Docker. So this is let me show you how my Docker file looks like. So I have this Docker file, and the first step or the first stage is just building and getting the optimized bit for production, and then stage 2 will just be copying the fully optimized files, and then this will be the final stage, and then from there I can just run the app. And this is just for the API build, and this is what is going to create the Docker image. And then from there I have Docker Compose, and in this Docker Compose I only have two services, and the first service is the app, which will be the API, and it is also referencing the Docker file that I just showed you. And there's just some other few configurations, and what is important in this configuration is it depends on DB. So if DB is not up, so this is going to fail, and it has to wait for the service DB to complete setting up before it can start. uh, that way I can avoid failures, just in case DB is not online. And also network, DB and the app have to be in the same network so that they can be able to communicate, that is within Docker network. And then I am using MySQL for now, and this project is going to have a few microservices that are going to be using different DBs. But for this microservice, for this main service here, it is storing structured data, that is including user profiles, things like portfolios, and also it is storing like transaction information, yeah, related to payments. So everything here is structured data, and it is not going to store a lot of records because I'm not expecting to have like millions of profiles. So this one is going to only handle like small data. So that is why I opted to go with MySQL, because it is lightweight, and it serves the purpose for this one. I would have chosen like something like Postgres, which is optimized for complex queries and concurrency, but I don't need it for now because I don't have that much traffic going in this application. So this works, but in future, if I have to scale and need a go big, I can maybe switch to Postgres. So yeah, so we have also other few configurations here. We have health check, just to check when the DB is up and running, and also we have some volume for data persistence, and then same network, and then we have definition of volume and network there. So this is how Docker Compose looks like. And uh, how I do my deployments is, yeah, if I want to automate something, I usually deploy manually in the VPS or wherever I want to deploy. And then after doing manual deployment, that is when I'll try to automate the steps I used to complete the manual deployment. So from here, if I run this Docker Compose file in my VPS, it is going to create two images. That is one for the app and the other one for the DB, and it is going to learn them. And those are the two steps that I need to automate here. And let me show you how my workflow looks like. And this is the CI, the CD. I do not have the CI. Like CI is continuous integration. That's why you can run your unit tests, do some checking and whatnot, maybe code analysis for vulnerabilities and things like that. But for now, I'm skipping that step. So if you go down here to scripts, or the script part, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to kind of pull the latest changes from the repository, and then I'll remove the previous maybe Docker images, and then from there I can run this command to build the Docker images with the updated code, and then maybe sleep for a few seconds, and then I'm going to do my migrations here using I'm using Prisma, so I'm just going to run Prisma migrate and Prisma migrate deploy. So this is all for my workflow, and let me show you something. Okay, on GitHub, when you put anything under .github, under this folder .github/workflows, it is going to be executed automatically. So that's a topic for another day about GitHub Actions, but I can just show you. This is how the job will look like once it completes running, and you can see all your workflows on all your automations under GitHub Actions tab, and you can be able to edit them from there. So another thing I can also log into this VPS probably. Okay, let's log into the VPS and alright, so if I do something like docker ps, you're going to see my containers here. This is the DB and this is the API, and also I have some other containers running here. You can just ignore those ones. And also I'm also learning another server, like a web server, so I'm using Nginx. Yeah, I'm using Nginx as a reverse proxy. This is where I'm setting up my domains, and I can do load balancing from here just in case I have more than one VM. And yeah, that's all for this video, and that's how I did the deployment. Let me hear if you have any ideas on how you do this, and cheers.